Very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Revenue Management System Pitch Day. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting day. Can you imagine? We are going to showcase 13 RMS, everyone from a different space, from a different dimension, different target audience. So it's going to be really interesting to know more about the latest innovation in this space. Just to let you know, the format is going to be very dynamic. So each company will have 5 minutes for an elevator pitch and then 5 minutes for Q&A. So I encourage everyone watching from LinkedIn to raise questions, because we will pick up questions also from the audience about the presentation of each company. And so I'll really invite you to put your hard question through the space of the comment space in LinkedIn. So I wish you will enjoy. So let me share with you just quickly the list of all the company will do the presentation today. So just to give you in advance the list. So as you can see, a lot of company, all top leaders, all top players. So Ideas, Rebel, Atomize, which is part of Muse, Libra, part of Zucchetti, Hyperguest, Hotel Lab, Duetto, BeyondX, LogicQ, Smartness, Revenue Analytics, Room Price Genie, and last but not least, something really new in the revenue management space, which is more related to smart beach and pool systems. Right, so this is going to be the list of all the company. And together with me, guys, let me introduce my dear friends, Vinit, who is going to be the hard questioner person. Hi, Vinit, how are you?
Oh, good. You made me the villain already, Enzo. So that's not a good start. But anyway, no, great to be here. I can just briefly introduce myself if you like, Enzo, and then we get going.
Sure, of course.
So hey everyone, I'm Vineet from White Sky Hospitality Consulting. Over the last decade, I worked closely with hotel commercial teams, and that sort of includes sales, marketing, revenue management, distribution, and what I call uniquely commercial technology. And that, I think, is incredibly important to maximize commercial impact. So I've done this at scale, impacting hundreds of hotels, as well as with independents. And two ways of doing this: we're not at a big brand, working for a big brand, is a consulting route. But the one I'm more excited about that I'm working on at the moment is the training route. At the moment, I'm building a commercial pathway training program that allows team members in commercial teams to build their own path upwards into commercial leadership. And I feel this is a big missing factor in how teams are coping with a rapid change of technology and systems at the moment. So I've been in the industry for over 30 years, and I've spent a lot of time with RFPs and choosing systems, including RMS, which is one of the reasons I'm here today. So great to be here. Welcome, and here's to some great conversations in the next couple of hours. Over to you, Enzo.
That's great. So the best person to join me this afternoon on the stage. So let's do something. Let's start with the first pitch, which is going to be by Michael McCartan from Ideas. Let me pull Mike on stage. Hey, Michael, good afternoon.
Hi, Enzo. Hi, Vineet. Nice to see you guys.
All right, man. So you know the rule of the game. You have 5 minutes. I'll pull up the slide. When you're ready, let me say. Go ahead, man.
All righty. Okay. So,
your audio is going off. Hello? Your audio is off, Michael.
I think you may have hit the mute button by chance, Michael.
Can you hear us, Mike?
Yeah. Let's try that again. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
Yeah, you can start again, Michael. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So thank you, everyone. Yes, so artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming the hospitality industry's latest obsession. New tools are appearing almost weekly, and hotel leaders are eager to demonstrate they are embracing the future. Yet the excitement masks a potential problem. The AI and Automation in Hospitality report by H2C shows that nearly 8 out of 10 hotel chains already use AI in some form. On paper, this looks like a significant and confident innovative move by the sector. But in practice, 8% of hotels have defined an AI strategy led by senior management. And 45% of hotels cite integration challenges as the top adoption barrier. These figures reveal that many hotels are adopting AI tactically, essentially adding tools to solve isolated problems rather than strategically, with a clear view of how different AI types align to distinct business outcomes. True transformation begins when hotel leaders understand what kind of AI they are using, what problem it is solving, and how it fits into a broader commercial strategy. At the root of this confusion is a widespread assumption that AI is a single technology. It is not. The term covers several distinct forms, each with its own purpose and limitations. When these differences are ignored, technology is often applied in ways that add little value or even create new inefficiencies. The three forms of AI that every hotel should know and understand. There are three forms of AI that every hotel should know and understand. The first is what at Ideas we call mathematical AI, the science behind modern revenue management. These are the proven algorithms that have been powering our core solution engine for decades. The revenue management challenges we see from our clients can only be solved by these advanced mathematical algorithms. The second is generative AI. It uses large language models to understand human intent. It can write, summarize, analyze text, images, data, helping teams save time and communicate more efficiently. Used properly, it can improve productivity, but it is not built to make precise pricing or forecasting recommendations. Generative AI typically works best as a support layer that enhances human output rather than replaces it. Applying this type of AI to the wrong use case can actually cause costly mistakes. The third is agentic AI, an emerging category that can autonomously act on information rather than simply presenting it. These AI agents can plan, decide, carry out entire sequences with little or no human oversight, making them more like digital teammates that automate workflows. In a hospitality context, this could mean automatically triggering a marketing campaign to fill a period of low demand detected in the RMS. Agentic AI has the potential to connect departments and create a truly adaptive commercial ecosystem, but it should only be introduced once a hotel has a strong data foundation and clear governance frameworks. Recognizing the differences between these types of AI and how they are best applied in hospitality is more than academic. It is fundamental to implementing an effective commercial AI strategy. Revenue management is a complex discipline. Therefore, hotels that rely on flashy and not fit-for-purpose generative AI tools to make analytical decisions will find their strategy flawed and performance weakened. At the same time, those who implement the right types of AI tools on top of a poor data foundation are likely to replace manual inefficiency with automated error making. The results will be frustration, mistrust, and wasted investments. The H2C research also confirms that the barriers to AI success aren't solely technological, they are organizational as well. More than half of the respondents cited a lack of AI expertise, and many reported limited data sharing between revenue, marketing, and distribution teams. Without a collaboration and consistent data structure, even the most advanced systems can't deliver on their promises. The H2C study confirms that it's not about buying more AI features. It's about closing the operational gap that makes those features useless. This underscores the importance of taking a thoughtful approach to AI implementation and partnering with providers who can not only deliver the right tool for the right job today, but can help build a strong data foundation for future success. At Ideas, our mathematical AI will continue to power our core solution engine to solve business challenges. But to elevate the commercial success of an organization, Ideas is developing new tools based on generative AI and agentic AI technologies, designed to save the users time and effort and help them extract more value from their RMS. The hotels that succeed with AI will share one crucial trait. They will start with clarity, they will know exactly what they're trying to achieve, and they will choose the right type of AI to meet that goal. They will strengthen rather than replace human decision-making, and they will connect their data so that all of the commercial functions move together. Machines will handle the heavy analysis and tedious task work, and people will provide the direction, the strategy, and the oversight. To this end, Ideas has designed a seamless solution that bridges mathematical AI, Gen AI, and specialist agents into a holistic system that optimizes outputs and grows user confidence. Only the most sophisticated RMS solutions will effectively combine these technologies to drive commercial success. Thank you very much.
All right, very interesting. That's ideas. It's probably one of the pioneer in this space, guys. So Vinit, it's going to be very challenging for you today to start with ideas questions, right? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Ideas is a giant in this space, and obviously with that huge experience in agentic, I mean, all types of AI, I mean, agentic being the latest. But I think one of the things that sort of always is challenging, and I think you've called out this a few times is how should hotels actually operationalize, because I think part of the challenge is you said this collaborative, that piece is missing. How does ideas actually help move that conversation forward? Because it feels like it's quicksand, it's moving all the time. And how does a hotel deal with it?
Yeah, so I think as I said, they have to have the fundamentals right. And I think there's a danger that hotels will get caught up in the hype and start looking at things that are shiny and new. And, not everything that shines is gold. So look at the fundamentals, look at ensuring that you have good data structure, look at the problems that you're looking to solve, and then start methodically working out how to integrate the different technologies to ensure that you achieve the outcomes that you're looking to master. One of the examples where we're starting to expand beyond just core revenue management is taking the output of our demand forecasting and feeding those into marketing systems. It's a product called Spotlight. But that really is going to automate a manual process today where the revenue management manager might cite some periods of low demand, talk to their marketing colleagues, understand what sort of demand is being generated for that period, and ask them to go and find more of that demand through a campaign. Now, that's a very good use case to use agentic AI coupled with mathematical AI and generative AI to automate a workflow that exists today that is clunky, inefficient, and possibly not driving the value where it's needed.
I think, that's a really good example. And that was actually one of the questions I had as well, that linking into that RM campaign piece. Do you really feel like in this current environment, until hotels are better understood and, you talked about education, upskilling, etc. Do you think that can help cover some of the gaps that exist? Or do you think the team should really be strongly organized before something like that can be deployed?
Both, I think, is the answer. I think a process like that will just make teams more efficient, more accurate, more precise, more timely. So it will automate a workflow that is a little bit clunky today. So yes, you do need good organizational structure. You do need teams that collaborate and can work well together. But ultimately, it removes a lot of that excessive manual processing and interaction that's required. And you can translate that into group business, MICE business, into your budgeting processes. So there are a lot of processes adjacent to revenue management that could benefit from what we've described as well. So yes, organizational skilling, uptooling is important, but ensuring you identify these workflows that can benefit from automated processing will certainly improve operations.
I thought I had a final question, but I think that's probably good to stop there.
Yeah, because we need to run and rush to the pool. Really
appreciate your
participation. Thanks for joining us. We will see you again soon, and I hope the audience already had the first good experience. Thanks,
awesome.
Michael.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Vinit, sometime I need to just step in just because I take the timing and make sure that everything goes in the right time. Otherwise, we will finish at midnight today.
No, I completely agree.
No problem.
Good.
All right, so the next one is going to be Florent Manotta from Rebel. Good afternoon, Florent. How are you? Très bien.
I'm fine, thank you.
Hey,
Nice to
Florent.
meet you. Thanks for inviting us. Bonjour in French.
Bonjour.
Do we have already your slide up?
I can share it now. So share all my screen. Entire screen, share.
Okay. Yes.
So who we are.
1 second.
No, can I start? Yes.
You can start.
Hello. So who we are? Who am I? We are RevBel, Revenue Management Company. I am Florent Manotta, the Chief Commercial Officer based in our head office in Paris. So who are RevBel? We are a revenue management system surrounded by many years and many service in expertise in revenue management. And before jumping into RevBel, let's say you want to see RevBel, I will show you. So before jumping, I just want to step a bit back to basis of revenue management. What is our mindset? How we think the revenue management? So first, we are at RevBel, and we think revenue management has to be demand-centric. It is very, very important, not offer-centric. The offer is what the market is offering, but the demand is what is entering in your pipe and also get itself the market trends. So we are demand-centric. How do we do that? Basically, it's not a lesson of revenue management. It's just to show before jumping in the tool, before jumping into the technology, how we think revenue management. Sure, everyone does it. We analyze historical data, but historical data, that doesn't not mean very, very past data. That's also the most recent one with a certain weight, a certain quota that make them more important. So how we do that? We just, we look at a calendar, we have some reservation, we have also some pickups. Some pickups are big, some pickups are more little, but this is lead us to a photo, a picture. This is the final picture, but revenue management has to change the mindset, has to look behind the picture. So we will turn a bit our way to look, and we will look every landing, every picture, and show the story of the booking, how the booking came, how the booking will come. Doing that, we can determine demand profile. We have some curves that have a good shape. We have some curves that are totally spill. They are against the capacity very, very early. And there are demand with a low occupancy rate with that started to book very, very late. So maybe we can make it different. So we have some different demand profile that we can easily identify. And the role of the revenue management is to proactively take the levers to make the spill less spill and make the spoilage less spoilage towards the green one, which is the good shape that we identify that maximize the revenue. So then in revenue management, we learn every new curve will improve the model, we repeat, and we integrate new data. That's the mindset of RevBel. Then you will see it in the technology. That's, I think I have never seen that in a technology showing the modelization. So now, before jumping into the technology, I just want to give you the 3 pillars of RevBel. So the first one is demand modelization. I have shown it, but we will see it in the technology. Then is reporting and forecast to collaborate, to see where we are, where we go. And last but not least, the main importance is yields for getting more revenue. This is the goal of any revenue management system, should be the goal of any revenue management system, how you will get more revenue. For sure, you need also to save time when you are reaching to get more revenue. You need to be accurate when you choose a price. So that's the goal of a revenue management system, to allow you to get more revenue. So I will go now into the application, and this is the application, and what I show you are real data. This is an hotel. This is basically 100 curves of different Saturdays of an hotel. This hotel, we can see all the data, the modelization in occupancy, in revenue, and we are clustering them with the color, as you can see, with different criteria. The pattern, so the velocity, the landing in terms of occupancy, the landing in terms of ADR, in terms of turnover, also the mix in terms of field class or in terms of length of stay. So that's allow us to, for example, identify that we have some high Saturdays in the past and in the very recent past of this hotel. What are we supposed to do with that? We are supposed to say, okay, let's now build the modelization. This is what RevBell does automatically from the first day of the onboarding of any customer. We don't wait 1 year to learn something. We have 1 year in the past. We can figure it out, the pattern of any hotel. Then after that, we can override it. We can say, I don't want anymore this data to be relevant, so I will build another model, a bit different, maybe with some more objective, more optimistic objective. This is the motor. I opened for you the motor of how Ferrari, but now every revenue managers and every pilot doesn't want to open the motor of the Ferrari before the start of the day. So you jump into the car, and for example, you can jump into the reporting view. You arrive on a very, very dynamic reporting view where you find every aspect of the performance, from the most tiny granularity and all the segmentation that you are able to perform into RevBell. So here, for example, we have 11 hotels and we have 46 million. We have a forecast for this year for 47, because we are at the end of the year. We can display also the budget. If we want to dig for this month of December, we can dig into the month of December to understand how it works by day, for example. Then you see the trend. You see that there is people buying our hotels, but I want us to know which hotel, which channel, which occupancy. I can see the room night and the capacity. I can go here, see that every hotels are in advance except this one, but I can see also the forecast by hotel, and I can dig after that in every segmentation. This is reporting. The power of the reporting is to go to analyze the data.
Florent, your time is over.
Sorry.
You still have 2 minutes for Q&A.
Okay, can I have just show one
right.
click feature?
Right.
So how one click feature is to yield, saying, RevBell, one click feature, give me the dates where I have to increase or decrease some price. Just dig here, you have some filter, and here you see that for the 13th of January in the Sunset Plaza, okay, you tell me to increase, let's go in the cockpit, and I am finished after that. You have the AR explaining what you have to do, the recommendation. You can dig here saying, okay, this is my curve. In the middle is the price curve. Now I have to increase in order to get more revenue because my ADR is below, and I can accept. I can go to another alert. I can automatize that, and I have in one click, I dig into the decision-making screen in order to earn revenue. I'm done.
Thanks, Florent. You a bit longer. Just one quick question, Vinit, from you.
Sure. The actionable intelligence piece was really interesting because at the right at the end. But what is your ideal hotel? What hotel? What type of hotel is your ideal
So we haven't been built for one type of customer. We have been built to do revenue management. So for to modelize the demand, the more data you have, the easier it is. So we have some hotel with 10 rooms, but we have the major part of our hotels could have 40, 60, 200. We have campsite or resort with 500, 900 pitches or mobile homes and cottages. And we have also cruise and ferries. So we have been built as a revenue management system. And we are not shaped with only one type of hotel.
Okay, thanks, Florent.
Very, very open the range of target. This is interesting, especially for these non-hotels target.
Yeah, we 90% of our customers are accommodation. 10% are leaders of some industries are digging into tech, like for a cruise, theater, or ferries, for example. But the number of factors, the number of prospects, and the number of hotels is huge, as we spoke with Aidis before.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Florent. The next one is gonna be Alex from Atomize. Alex, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, happy to be here.
Have to do, host you on stage once again. So, you know the rule of the game. We have already your slide up there. It's your turn.
Thank you. So, hi, everyone. I'm Alexander Edstrom, former CEO of Atomize, now Senior Director of Global Business Development at Muse. So I'm very excited to share how Atomize by Muse is redefining how hotels make revenue decisions. Today, I will walk you through how RMS helps hotels move from reacting to market to leading it. So Muse powers more than 12,500 properties across 85 countries, supported by over 1,000 integrations and a global team of more than 1,300 employees. So through several acquisitions, including Atomize, we are now building a connected, future-proof ecosystem for hospitality. For hoteliers, this means one platform, one data source, and fully seamless experience. So market shifts instantly, and many revenue teams are forced into reactive decision-making. According to the Voice of Revenue Managers study, 51% of revenue managers' time is spent on non-revenue generating activities. That's half their spent not optimizing revenue. And it's exactly these inefficiencies that inspired the product philosophy behind Atomize. So at Atomize, our philosophy is fairly simple. The best optimization wins. We build technology that helps hoteliers act faster, smarter, and with less effort. We deliver real-time price optimization, live rate updates driven by live data, and we focus on full automation because the future of revenue management is about decisions being made instantly, not manually. So our design is action-oriented, built to drive results, and the system is fully mobile first, so revenue managers can work from any device, anywhere. So in short, Atomize helps hotels win through smarter, faster, and automated decisions. So when you put this philosophy into action, it really boils down to three core pillars that shape the Atomize experience. Effortlessly grow revenue with real-time price optimization, spend more time on strategic, high-value work, stay competitive with a system that adapts instantly to market changes. So if a system requires too much manual work, it's truly helping you. So Atomize is designed to remove friction and empower revenue leaders. To see what this looks like in practice, here's a real-world example from one of our customers. So Cronin Hotels CEO Chris Peterson shared that Atomize helped them maximize revenue and efficiency while improving the guest experience. The system enables them to stay agile in a dynamic market because it continuously learns, predicts, and adjusts in real time. So this is machine learning in action applied to everyday operations. These results are only possible because the technology behind revenue management is advancing quickly, and the progress is directly reflected into the AI capabilities built into Atomize. As part of the Atomize system, we have built in generative AI functionality, something called Pricing Insights, which gives you an explanation and justification of every price recommendation that Atomize generates for every hotel. This will help you better also understand the driving factors behind every pricing decisions. And this generative AI capability within Atomize is just one example of a much bigger transformation happening across the entire hospitality technology landscape here at Muse. So we have gone from the origin of the hotel PMS in the 1980s to hosted PMS, to the rise of OTAs and eventually cloud PMS and machine learning. In 2020, machine learning capabilities advanced significantly. By 2022, generative AI emerged, and now in 2025, we are entering the era of agentic AI. Systems that don't just provide insights, but take autonomous actions. So with this technological shift underway, it's worth asking, what is the ultimate goal of revenue management, and how can AI help you to enable it? So the real purpose of revenue management, if you ask Muse or Atomize, isn't just pricing. It's maximizing the willingness to pay, attracting the right guests, and enhancing the guest experience overall. So true success happens when pricing, distribution, and experience are working together seamlessly. Atomize helps hotels align all of these in a single continuous optimization loop. And achieving that goal becomes even more powerful when you look at where the industry is headed next, agentic AI. So agentic AI represents the next leap. Instead of simply recommending these systems take action, making rate updates, monitoring demand shifts, and optimizing 24/7 without waiting for human intervention. But the RMS capabilities are also used by other parts of the ecosystem, such as for the forecasting module, for instance, for staff scheduling and so on and so forth. So it becomes a cross-functional operational layer that connects systems and handles the mechanical tasks, so your team can focus on strategy, creativity, and guest value. This is the future of revenue management, and Muse and Atomize is already paving that way, I would say. So I hope this,
Yeah, you can finish just to announce your order.
Is there anything else, Alexander, you wanted to add?
Not more than that. You can download the AI report on the screen now.
Fantastic. All right, Vinit, what do you think about it?
No, it's amazing. I mean, it's always exciting. Obviously, the move from Atomize and obviously integration with Muse and so on. So, are your systems fully integrated now? Does it work seamlessly between the PMS of Muse and your own RMS?
It's an ongoing project that we're working on right now. So sometime next year, I think we will be able to know something exciting on that topic.
Okay.
Having said that, I mean, during this year after the acquisition of Atomize, when Muse acquired us, it's been about integrating Atomize in general across the board. But it also means that, for instance, our clients today have a single sign-on, so they can sign on to just the PMS and automatically they're signed into Atomize. But of course, that's just the first step into do a fully embedded system. And also, it doesn't stop with RMS, of course, which I showed here in the pitch as well. It goes across. And I think that's also what I know that is what we believe in, that all these systems that in the tech stack, I mean, this has been a big hurdle for the industry for decades, right? That the word fragmentation has over the years, I mean, resurfaced all the time. And I think now actually, for the first time ever with agentic AI, we will be able to start seeing next year solutions in the market where these
that go beyond APIs, basically, right?
yes, and you can do like multi-SQL tasks, right, to execute that requires you to go into separate systems, and that would be enormously cool for hotels, I think, next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one more question, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So on the agentic AI side, obviously it's still early days. But what do you see as a sort of low-hanging fruit? I mean, like, where do you think your attention will go to naturally in terms of one big commercial impacting area? Is that one you'd pick out, or is that sort of too vague a question?
No, but it's a good question, and I think as a starter, we acquired a company called Data Chat in the US a couple of months ago, and which is clear they just have been doing agentic AI, so they don't know so much about hospitality, to be honest. It's not because the only reason we acquired them were because of that reason of the experience of building agentic AI and agents. So that is happening now, and the way we are structured today and organized within Muse, with I think it's close to 8 acquisitions in the last 3-4 years. Of course, the low-hanging fruit there is to enable the power of these technologies to work together. Everything from housekeeping together with revenue management, as I mentioned also in the pitch, how you can use the forecast, for instance, in the RMS to forecast staffing for housekeeping, and so on and so forth. And you can have actually ask questions that are not only tactical but very strategic into the system, that requires you to go into multiple of systems to come up with a strategy, not only the internal strategy but also externally to the market, which is quite fascinating.
Got it. No, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex. Very nice to see you again, and
likewise.
I hope to meet you again soon.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Next one is my Italian friend Niccolò Rolle from Libra, part of Zucchetti Hospitality. How are you, Nico?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. And so,
cool, right?
Okay.
So, Nico, do you have your slide ready?
Yes. Let me share the slide with you. 1 second. Okay. So here it is.
We are quite in time, minutes, I will say. Yeah.
Is that good in time?
Yeah. We'll say
we're getting there, catching up a little bit.
Well, people like, salespeople like to sell. They want to talking about it.
Of course.
Okay, all right. So, are you ready, Nick?
I'm ready whenever you're ready. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much, Enzo and Julia and the whole Hypergas team for putting this event together. I'm actually really happy to be here and to share the screen at the stage with so many great professionals of the hotel industry. So let's get started. So I wanted to start my presentation by posing to the audience today a very simple question. One question that probably lots of GM or every revenue director or owner should also ask themselves. So how fast does your RMS react when demand suddenly shifts? So just imagine the scenario where, for example, your demand doubles in the next 2 hours. So my question is, how long will it take your system to actually notice? And more importantly, will it be able to explain why it changed your prices? So I guess for most of the hotels today, the honest answer is still, well, my system is too slowly, or they gave poor transparency. And I think that's exactly the gap that Libra System RMS was created to close and actually to address. So just, what is Libra Assistant RMS in one sentence? So Libra System RMS is the next generation demand-centric RMS that turn real-time market signal into prices decision you can fully understand and defend 365 days ahead. So basically, the system doesn't not only see what happened in the past, but it tries to anticipate the future. Okay, so basically anticipate what will happen. And here are the major 5 pillars that make this possible. So let me see the first pillar. So the first pillar is demand-centric, not historic-centric. So we kind of flip, in Libra, the traditional model of traditional RMS. So instead of relying mainly on PMS data or historical data, it reads what's actually happening in the market right now. So we rely on pool and data from, for example, flight searches, booking engine searches, which represent an intent of travel or intent of booking, destination demand trends, competitor behavior, events. For example, we have a shopper of events in real time, and also product perception value. So the idea is that the system see the demand before actually it hits your hotel. And that's, I think, it's where the revenue strategy truly starts. Then the second point, which is very interesting, it's the RMS that explain every decision. So I think it's fair to say that today lots of hoteliers say so that most of the system says, here's the price, trust me or trust the algorithm. On the other end, at Libra, we say, here's the price and here exactly why. So basically, every recommendation comes with a clear explanation. So with which demand signals moved, how competitors reacted, what pickup trends influence the change. So for example, we have a tool called gap analysis within Libra that can actually tell you instantly if your hotel is overpriced, underpriced, or if you're missing some opportunity. And obviously, these kind of things helps you to answer, I think, what lots of owner or general manager, question to the revenue manager, or so. For example, why are we selling this room at this price today? I think this question sounds very familiar to lots of you, lots of the people in the audience. The third part is automation. So automation is actually very important nowadays. In 2025, we want to automate everything, but automation you control, not automation that actually controls you. So I think automation should feel like having a sort of co-pilot. And in this case, Libra System RMS autopilot functionality lets you define all the guardrails. So for example, strategy rules or price corridors, maximum jumps, which segments you want to automate or to keep them manual. And the system basically recalculate continuously and update everything in real time. So you can kind of get the automation, but without never lose your control. The fourth point is built for real hotels. And this is a very interesting point because lots of people perceive RMS just for super expert revenue manager or data scientist. So Libra is designed for everyone, from the GM, from the director of sales, the owner, and of course the revenue manager. So everything you need is in one intuitive platform. So you can see dynamic pricing, rate shopping, group displacement, forecasting, and much more. So this obviously makes the adoption easy and reduce the dependency on one person or one hero revenue manager within the organization. Then the data ecosystem is the fifth point. This is also very important in the revenue management arena. And because Libra is part of Zucchetti Group, we have deep connectivity with the major PMS, CRS, Internet Booking Engine, and other hospitality systems, which ultimately means strong integration, access to rich market data, smooth multi-property rollout. So you kind of get the reliability of a large group, but with the agility of a modern RMS. So just to wrap it up quickly, what this means for your hotel. First, more accurate forecasting because it's based on real-time demand, not last year's performance. Second, faster, smarter decisions. So the system reacts instantly when demand moves. Third, total transparency. You always understand each recommendation. And fourth, more time for your team. So time to focus more on the strategy rather than on spreadsheet or big amount of data. So to summarize in one sentence, Libra System, fully explainable RMS that anticipates the market, automates intelligence, and transforms data into revenue without acting like a black box. Thank you so much.
Almost in time. Almost in time. Right. Vinit, I was reading an interesting comment from the audience. I think we should raise this question. Can I share on the screen?
Yeah, go for it.
This is a generic question for, of course, all the companies. So Daniel saying how to handle integration and connection is a great question for all the RMS players. Since hotel industry have a lots of tech system, PMS, channel manager, upselling. Now we know that Libra is part of Zucchetti, and you have a very important ecosystem within your organization.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when we talk and look at the market at global level, you need also to step in new. It is not so present in terms of customers, and you need to build new integrations with local PMS, local channel managers. How do you face the challenge, Nico?
Well, thanks for the question. And it's a very great question. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, it's still a challenge. And I think that it's difficult, especially because we are in 2025. So the interoperability among all the different players should be much easier. But still, I think we see some hurdles, especially from the legacy. And I'm not going to want to, put the PMS under the bus, but the legacy of maybe older.
Do it,
I mean, the legacy sometimes, obviously, as an RMS, we have the dependencies of being integrated with PMS provider or channel manager, and some legacy PMS still they're like they don't have the capability, or it's hard to have the capability to integrate fast with third parties player like RMS. So in that way, we see that hurdle, and sometimes, obviously, because these legacy PMS they have lots of hotels under their umbrella, it's difficult to get in because they kind of want to put that the hurdle. It's too complicated. But thanks God, I think that nowadays there's the raising of also lots of new PMSs, which they do have the new generation PMS, the capability to integrate fast with API specification, or even with other ways, as probably we mentioned before in the person that came before me. So I think that little by little we're progressing, but there's still some resistance, I think, into the integration arena.
Listen, just quick before we close, because I'm in this space in particular for Hyperguest. I take care of many integration, and luckily we have a big ecosystem. To get there was very hard, and still today, if we want to explore new possibility, new integration, whatever is going to be a small or a big player, there is always some restriction from the technical sometimes. But I see that more is on the commercial side. So what do you think is the challenge coming from? More from the technical complexity, or from the challenge of the commercial interest of building a new integration?
I mean, it's both. Probably it's a combination of both, because obviously sometimes to build integration, especially if it's done by, let's say, not by yourself as a company that wants to integrate, but from the other company, obviously they need to have some sort of bandwidth or business case. So obviously they're also trying to get some money out of that, and that can be a constraint. But I think, honestly speaking, nowadays it's more on the technical part rather than the commercial part, because obviously if it's only about the money, let's say, I mean, if there's a project behind that, you can do that, because that if it's a PMS, for example, that can be escalated to to lots of hotels, then obviously there's a possibility to integrate the first time, pay the money, but then that it's going to serve for other hotels, right? So I think it's more technical constraints than commercial constraints, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. Your time is up, man. So thanks, Nico, for your pitch, and let's see the next one. Oh, the next one is going to be my boss. Hey, guys, please be very
no tough question.
He's the one paying me the salary of the end of the month. So Amit, how are you?
No tough question, guys. Hello, Vinit. Hello, Enzo. Hello to all the audience. Thanks for joining us this evening, this morning, wherever you may be.
All right, then. So, Amit, you know the rule of the game. I'm pulling up your slide.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, our audience may be asking, how come we have a distribution company, a new generation distribution company like Hyperguest, in a RMS pitch? And actually, the objective here, obviously, we are not an RMS vendor. We have some amazing guests today. And here, basically, we are taking the revenue strategy, the pricing strategies has been automatically created. And our mission is to take it out to the distribution ecosystem. And there, actually, we are finding a new opportunity to expand the strategy of revenue management and optimize what we can work with there, which is the cost of distribution. So Hyperguest Revenue Compass is a new offering from Hyperguest. It basically turns the cost of distribution into a tool for the hotelier as another parameter in their RMS strategy. But the idea, basically, when I speak to hoteliers and when they understand what the new idea here is about Hyperguest, how they reflect back to me, they say, what you are allowing me to do is to manage my revenue by according to the cost of sale. I can determine how much I'm willing to pay, and I will get more and more booking when I need them. This is as opposed to the old way, where who is determining things is the big partners that are contracting with me and trying to take the balance of power. In Hyperguest, the hotel is the king. They control how much booking they want to get, and they manage revenue by the cost of sale. And what does it mean really? If I'm a hotelier in Hyperguest, this is what my life look like. I can go in, I can have full transparency to the data, and any moment in this very simplified report, I can see what happened in the last 30 days. With transparency, I can see the ecosystem of distribution, how they are searching me, what kind of look to availability they are getting, and how many bookings are also getting produced at the most high level glance. So in Hyperguest, you, the hotelier, determine the booking volume. If you are happy with this picture of a handful of booking, this is fine. But if you look at the optimized hotel on Hyperguest, they are getting dozens of booking on a regular basis. So if you take a partner like Great Hawk or Olympia or any one of the folks here, of the top 10 B2B players, only 8 of them are there shopping your hotel. Amazing tour operators, specialized DMCs, and so on, corporate and so on. So I, as a hotelier, can control my revenue, and I do it by controlling my cost of sale. So I want to drive it. A company like Olympia is generating on a typical hotel in a destination between 20 and 200 hotels in a month. So it would make most money for both sides if it went directly without intermediation through Hyperguest, where I can take out an intermediation and I actually can find it. The question is, how do I find the optimal cost of distribution that we both will win? And then we don't have to depend on these huge third-party intermediators. This is the first power that I'm getting as a hotelier. And so I can decide how many bookings I want to get, and how many bookings will be produced is totally up to me and my optimization of the distribution cost. But now we are asking, and we are hearing a lot about AI and the importance of data. Can the system help me find the sweet spot? Because it's good that I can determine the sweet spot, but there is so much data in Hyperguest. You know all the searches, you know what's booking and so on. You know the different segments and the different nationalities. Can the system find the sweet spot? Therefore, we're introducing Hyperguest Revenue Compass. It's automatically finding the sweet spot between attracting guests and maximizing revenue on your bookings. That's the basic new idea here. How does it work? First of all, the hotelier is in full control. I determine what is the optimization range that I'm allowing, minimum, maximum. I determining rules about what is excluded and allowed for optimization. So I'm now learning this. Don't give me more than 5 bookings now in the experimental stage. I will analyze them. I will expand them and so on. So I have the booking cap there as well. Then on an hourly basis, my hotel is optimized, and it's optimized for every day of the year, for every calendar day. The system knows how much demand inside of Hyperguest is being exposed to you. You are getting millions of searches on a regular basis. How many of them fall on every day on the season? Is the searches, there are a lot of searches and not bookings to correspond with that. The system steps in and introduces an optimization factor on that distribution cost and observe that the bookings are starting to flow, and always looking to minimize the reduction in price, basically find the optimum in order to meet your objective as a revenue manager. So it's not requiring much work. It's fully automatic. And it's actually making the data that I have in Hyperguest work for me on a very granular level.
That's it, Amit?
Yeah, well, I got the 5 minutes time up. You're maybe another minute, but that's it. I measure myself.
Wow, man, you did it very perfectly.
Well, Enzo was going to give you
5 minutes. Enzo, we practice. So
and Enzo was going to give you more time, Amit.
We said before, no cheating, so no more time. and bring on the question. Yeah, sorry.
Vinit, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sure. No, I mean, I think, some of the phrases you use really excites me because cost of distribution is very close to my heart, and and getting to that net rev par is sort of really, really key. But when at the moment, I mean, you showed us a map of it doesn't mean that Hyperguest connects now to RMS, so that RMS systems can actually make use of the functionality of the revenue compass.
So that's a separate track. It
Okay.
doesn't require. We do have discussion with some of the folks here because all the interesting data coming out of Hyperguest, since almost any time somebody wants to travel somewhere, then the shop is registered, and that's interesting data between our RMS vendors. But actually here, this is something that is purely within the distribution realm. So the RMS has done its work. The PMS now knows the price. The channel manager is distributing it again. We are optimizing it throughout the distribution.
Great. And when you talked about the guardrails, I mean, so the cost of, so what you're saying is you essentially decide, as this is a part of a commercial process, that you set that cost of sale guardrail saying, okay, I want business from this channel, but not from that channel. Is that right?
Yes, by certain channels, by certain times of the year, certain products of the inventory, things are, in part of the control.
And one of the things that and I'm not really clear about this is whether RMS systems that we're talking to address the net rev par side of things, like the cost of sale by channel. But maybe that's not a question that you're able to answer, Amit, but it's something that we probably should pose, Enzo, to some of the other the RMS providers, because that is what you actually need, right? Amit, if you need to be able to measure that across your commercial ecosystem tech stacks.
Correct. So it's either a bar rate that gets optimized. So there's a bar rate incoming, and then in different segments, it actually gets converted to a net rate. And that conversion is an opportunity to make more money and to optimize. Or we are working not with that technique, but with exposure of certain rate plans. Other hotels, what they've done is, for example, this also touches on managing leakage, which is another issue that is close to heart. It's either all or nothing. No, actually, we have our customers, what they're doing is said, okay, I'm now, for 20 days, I'm going to take this partner and I'm going to exclude them from my promotion in Hyperguest. So actually, you're getting or going to take away the package rates from them for a week and give them a notice, things like that, and so on. So you have more granularity of these things. These are decisions that the sale to net migration conversion, the bar to net rate, and the exposure of those special rate plans, and so on and so forth. These are distribution decisions that we are bringing them into the game of revenue management automation.
I have a question. I don't know, Vinit, if you have another question.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I have a question actually coming always from hotels. I know a little bit the answer, but maybe you can provide some more details. Because many hotels asking how they can, distribute and do, dynamic promotion, dynamic campaign, geolocalized. Is there any chance with Hyperguest platform they can, distribute and dedicate specific rate plan discount promotion to specific markets?
Yeah, I think that's one of the strong. That's a strong use case, Whereas in the past you'd have to contact each one of the channels and ask them if they have a certain type of market, and then can they guarantee that a promotion only goes to a certain market. Now in Hyperguest, it's kind of like a one place where you can put your market specific promotion, and across all the point of sales. If you have, let's say, a certain nationality, this is something we see. We just had a case study with a hotel where they said for a certain nationality, we're going to give 30% discount on their holiday season, and the revenue for that nationality went up 5 times. And they couldn't care what the channel was. because it's channel agnostic. It is basically across the marketplace. Whoever has this market segment, I'm as a hotelier giving them my offer because it's my strategy to target that in this particular time. And it actually, wherever that demand exists, it will convert based on my strategy.
This is amazing. This is amazing. All right, Amit, thanks for your time. Very good pitch. Thanks for taking part of this event today. And let's move to the next one. Bye, Amit.
Bye, mate.
All right, Ninit, take a breath. You're right. Enjoying so far?
Yeah, good. And you?
Yeah, too much. I'm looking at on LinkedIn. So many people watching live right now. So
that's good.
I'm actually expecting more questions from the audience, guys. Please raise questions from the comments. So we are Anatoly from Hotel Lab. How are you? Good afternoon.
Yes. Hi, Enzo. Hi, Venice. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Be here. Thanks a lot for inviting. Hola from Lisbon.
All right, man. You know the rule of the game. So are you ready?
Okay, super. Yes, thanks a lot, Enzo, once again. So my name is Anatoly. I am the founder of Hotel Lab. Because I heard pitch session, so of course we decided that I am as a founder need to participate here. And yeah, Hotel Lab, we are quite young RMS. We are about 6 years on the market, and right now we are getting close to 400 hotels using us in 15 countries. We already been identified by Hotel Tech Report as one of top RMSs, and outside of RMS development, we also have done a very exciting revenue management technology development called Hotel Lab Simulator, which is used by universities in Switzerland and Greece. We always love to start with our mission, which you can read now on the screen. And as you can see, we are very hotelier-centric RMS, not just hotel, but hotelier-centric RMS, because we strongly believe that with right onboarding, with the trust from hotelier into the RMS, that's the only way to achieve the highest results from implementing your RMS. And we do it with approach that hotelier needs all the revenue management tools inside one platform. Also with all the AI buzz which we are on and have a lot of interesting developments in our roadmap, we still trying to be very transparent when it comes to our pricing recommendations and also algorithms and strategies behind the system. Also, we have a very dedicated and experienced customer success team. And while we do work with all type of hotels, we have a lot of interesting features for resorts and leisure hotels, and we are already leading RMS, for example, in Greek market. Today, I would like to focus on our key features, which we are not unique in, but we are very good at, and confident to say we are doing a great job there. One I already mentioned, being a platform outside of traditional RMS features, we also have a built-in rate shopper. We also have a revenue BI, market intelligence data. So this is something we're trying to put in one extranet for hoteliers. Also, open pricing on a different levels like room type or rate type, back type with some segmentation data. This is something that Hotel Lab also has covered and provides a lot of flexibility and customization. About the rate shopper, which is one of the things we constantly developing and growing and put a lot of attention into, is one of our unique features. For example, recently we have developed shopping of mobile rates from Booking.com. Also, we are constantly improving the algorithms around the Genius text, and that's all gives a lot of interesting data on your competitors when you are setting up your RMS and you are setting up your strategies. In addition to this, we also developed, as we call it, resort rate shopper, which is very important for resorts hotels, because it provides data and prices on length stay, which is crucial for any resort or leisure type hotel for the RMS. Another interesting feature which we are now testing and giving to some of our clients, which we call yield strategies. This is something which is super efficient in the peak period, and we see a lot of our clients, while they do work with Autopilot or they using the all the pricing recommendations, they still like to put their own visions for some high seasons or peak season period. And what this feature provides, for example, as you see here on the screen, you can create certain strategies of your, for example, New Year or any other peak period. periods. And for example, when your RMS is forecasting 100% occupancy, or your demand is forecasting high demand, certain rate codes can be automatically closed. So we're giving this in a very user-friendly interface, so hotelier can set up according to their vision. And it's backing up once again the idea of hoteliers being in control using Hotel App. Another important feature which we developed last year, as we call it, custom calendar or custom pricing view. I think we are all or mostly revenue managers here, and we do have experience, building our Excel sheets, working with several tables, working with several columns, and that's what we decided to do at Hotel App. Develops this daily calendar view, which you can make based on over 60 parameters. So basically, you have over 60 parameters which you can select, which you will see in front of you. And if you're using our RMS on Autopilot, this can just give you some additional thoughts if you decide to override, or if you want to change some strategies. Or for example, if you're using our RMS second opinion, once again, you're creating your own calendar view, your own data and analytics, which you want daily in front of you. And then it can be distributed from the same calendar view in a very comfortable way. And also, if you use Autopilot, you can select periods where you want to be on Autopilot or where you don't want to be. So this is the idea. And about the results, what we have. So as mentioned, at Hotel App, we are quite successful in Greece, and this allowed us to create sort of our internal benchmarking, which we're also using for improving the forecasting accuracy of the demand. But having this benchmarking provided us data that when a new client comes, that we can compare his historical results with the hotels who've been historically using already an RMS, whether an Autopilot or manually. And what we see is that if hotels joins Hotel App and they did actually use some revenue management tools before that, or usually we help them increase the revenue by 15% compared to their previous experience. And it's mostly done by customizing their strategies, their rate codes, their vision a little bit more in details. And also, if a hotelier is quite new to revenue management, they were working with static pricing, or if they were working with some manual updates, we see that our custom approach helps to achieve up to 60% revenues, and that's what's done with the help of the hoteliers who have a lot of vision how the RMS should work. And our team, super. So I got it on time. So just to finalize that, you see our commercial team, and we are always, because we treat our clients as partners, so we are always starting, with a demo or with discovery calls. Maybe some of you know Nikolaos from our commercial director from
everybody knows Nikolaos.
So
everybody knows Nikolaos. Actually, I will meet Nikolaos next summer.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Great. Yeah.
All right. Just one question, Vinit.
Oh, just time for one question. Okay, so it's got to better be good. So Rate Shopper, really good.
One double question.
One double question. Okay. Rate Shopper. And, you talked about, like, for example, picking up the Booking.com Genius sort of piece and layering that in. Could you explain a little bit more about how that works, and how does that actually influence? Because do you then have a cost of sale monitoring, because Genius costs another 5%, 10%, etc.? How does it practically work?
Yeah. So basically, right now we're just automating it through picking up the Genius label, right? So we don't know the exact discount, and whenever our client is setting up the RMS, we are just giving them an opportunity. Like when you look at the competitors, like how you want to certain weight. Do you want to look only considering they don't have Genius, or they do have a Genius? If you have any information on any promotion for the Genius they use, we can also upload it. So it just gives a little bit of additional thought to hoteliers, and as they keep going using the RMS, they can also adjust those strategies. So
Okay.
Just to provide more flexibility when you're setting up the RMS.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Anatoly, for joining us, and let's guess the next one.
Okay, thanks. Ciao, everyone.
Thank you, bye.
All right. Erika.
Hello.
Italiana anche tu.
Hi. Hi, Enzo. Ciao. Hello, Vinit. How are you?
All right, thanks. Ciao, ciao.
All right, Erika, you know the rule of the game, right? So you ready? Time's
God,
up.
I love the drum roll. I love that. I will never speak again without a drum roll before. So my name is Erika Delfino. I'm the Director of Hospitality Solution here at Duetto. And before I start explaining what we do best, why hotels choose to run on Duetto, let me tell you where we come from. And we come from a struggle. So currently, revenue teams, hotel teams are struggling with data. They are actually drowning in data and unable, let's say, to convert those data into actionable and smart pricing decision and strategic decision. And this is exactly where the bottleneck, where profit dies. So Duetto is built and was built to solve that problem. So to move from a traditional revenue management strategy where teams usually work in silos and, as said, struggle together, for example, data from the different platforms, towards a more comprehensive, but also, if you want, more complex revenue management strategy. And we know a lot about complex revenue management strategy because we were born in the casino industry, which is probably the most sophisticated type of revenue management there is. So think about Duetto as the smart revenue brain that you plug into your hotel, into your hotels, in order to help you drive better decisions. And it's not about replacing revenue managers, human strategies at all. It's about giving them an always-on smart machine learning platform that serves their need and help them drive better revenue and ultimately better profits. So why Duetto wins? Or better said, why so many hotels choose to run on Duetto? So I try to summarize our main added values into these three elements. So first of all, real-time intelligence. There are a lot of systems out there that are still work on batch data, which means they update twice per day, 3 times per day, once per day, basically reacting to yesterday's news. What we do, we analyze changes in demand, in the pickup, in the segmentation, in the pace, and in real time, and deliver pricing decisions, pricing suggestion at the speed that the market requires. Second, granular strategy control, because pricing isn't one size fits all, which is very true. You could be a luxury boutique hotel with a Michelin star restaurant, or a hostel, a MICE property, a 3-star budget hotel. Well, the nature of your business is really different, and your focus points should be really different. And so Duetto will allow all these type of hotels to tackle those focus points with a flexible setup. And if you could potentially see the setup of all of our 8,000 plus hotels, you will probably see not 8,000 different setups, or maybe 3,000, 4,000 different setups. Because setup and strategy shouldn't be a copy paste from one hotel to the other, but it should be granular. So I'm talking about room types, rates, segments. We optimize them all. And last, flexible automation, which to me means we give hotels the choice, them the constraint, meaning you want to work 100% hands-on, be my guest. You want to use 100% automation, you can do that. You want to work on both scenarios, depending on the strategy or what you need, you can do that too. So it's a concept we usually refer to as control automation, which means the RMS as a revenue assistant that never sleeps and just work according to your needs, but you are always, as a revenue manager, as a hotel team, in the driving seat. So ultimately, hotels choose Duetto because we help them moving from a reactive type of revenue management strategy to a proactive type of revenue management strategy. And we do that by saying, let us handle the complexity of the market, of your segments, of your guests, and again, the speed, while your revenue team focus on the strategy, while your hotel team focus on guest experience. And since our customers say yes, I brought two test stories from two of our clients, very different from each other. One is RIMC, so different type of portfolio hotels. They have MICE property, resorts, city hotels, and then Herbleu, which is a member of Relais Chateau, 33 rooms property, so more on the luxury side of the spectrum. Both running on Duetto, both benefiting of the Duetto added values. When it comes to RIMC, is more about we help them optimizing, keeping up with the speed and the demand changes so that they could increase the RevPAR and ultimately increase profit. When it comes to Herbleu, was more about pricing decision and suggestion driven by Duetto, especially in the room type side of the strategy, have them attract a higher clientele that ultimately spend more money, not only on the room side of business, but on ancillary revenues. So again, if you think your teams are struggling with data, if you think you could be definitely more proactive and you're missing opportunity to optimize your business and your profit, so probably you are ready to plug into it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Erika. Super in time. All right, Vinit.
Thanks, Erika. Really great. I mean, I've known Duetto for a while, so familiar territory in a fashion, not from a system point of view, but I think that the piece that's really interesting is always about the data, and you had some case studies as well. How messy is that data, and how long does it take for you to work how clean or how ready the property is to get on board? Because you need a level of consistency there, don't you? So how does that process look like for you, Duetto?
Yeah, correct, and it also depends on how deep the integration is.
Right.
Normally, we take data at a transactional level, so the amount of data is not only a big amount of data, but are also really deep or complicated data. That's why we designated team for that. So once a hotel signs up with Duetto, they go through a process that is called data quality evaluation. We have a dedicated team for that, and their job is basically making sure that all the data that are coming, for example, for the PMS, past data and future data, are completely matching what is flowing into Duetto. And we don't set you live unless there is a match. So that's how serious we are about data.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes complete sense, and it really needs to be done. And I don't know whether you were there for when Amit was talking about cost of sale. Is there any cost of sale factors coming into your decision-making algorithms?
Not yet, but the future is bright because we acquired, I say that because this year we acquired Hostats. Don't know if you are familiar or in the audience, they are familiar with Hostats, but they are a company that offer benchmarking data, not on the revenue side, but on the P&L side. And so they have a really big market coverage, big brands are working with them. So we acquired not only Hotstat, but all of their data. And so it will be very interesting. Let's say 2026 will be very interesting to look into how could we incorporate those data into the RMS. That's why we're always more and more talking about profit, because that's the direction we are taking.
That's the bottom line. Yeah. Okay. Well,
correct.
I think that's that from my side, Enzo. I don't know whether you had a question.
No, just a simple one. Okay. So some time ago, I was going through some numbers about how many properties, how many hotels are actually implementing revenue management system, and the space is still huge. Don't new. So long time ago, I've been selling RMS in the past. I'm in this industry since 25 years, and I remember that the pushback primarily was due to few providers, high price, very expensive RMSs, only few providers, and that was really hard to approach. This technology for an independent group like 20 hotels, 50 hotels, something like that. Now the situation is opposite. We have many providers with much more, I would say, democratically priced approach. But how do you feel from the sales perspective there is still strong, friction in taking decision in moving in RMS technology from hotels perspective, especially in the independent, or now they are more open and the question is only to pick up and choose the right one?
I think, and I'm talking also from a revenue manager perspective, in my previous life before Duetto, I used to be a revenue manager. So my point of view is really there is a lot of resistance in trusting technology in general. So our biggest competitor, I don't know about the other colleagues, but sometimes our biggest competitor is doing nothing. So keep on doing what you're
Excel
doing,
sheet.
which is manual. No, not even sometimes. Sometimes not even that. But there is a big resistance in, especially with AI replacing now human beings. You know, all the story that is around that. Well, actually, adopting technology should make your life easier and should take time or save you time from manual work so that you can focus on the strategy, which should be, let's say, the main point of focus for a revenue manager. There is still resistance.
Yeah, that's it. So the word didn't change a lot. So it's the last 25 years apparently. All right, thanks, thanks, Erika. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, Erika.
Bye. Ciao. Bye, Vinit.
Bye. All right, next one is going to be my friend Thomas from BNX from Spain. Where are you sitting, Thomas, today? Madrid, Berlin?
Madrid. Good evening, good afternoon, Enzo, guys.
Spanish sun, the Spanish sun.
Yeah. Can you not see? There's no virtual background here. It's just beautiful Spain behind us.
Fantastic. All right, man.
Madrid,
do you have your slide ready?
I actually do not have any slides, Enzo. So I'm gonna do a bit more storytelling pitch. So let's see how that goes.
Really, I will put your screen, only you on the screen, so this way you can have your story.
Let's tell a story then.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining my pitch. So as we are in that time when we're rapidly approaching Christmas and actually end of this year, most of us or most of you won't put a pause on our corporate busy lives. You know, we're gonna go home, celebrate with our close ones, with our friends. We're gonna probably end up eating a little bit too much, having a drink or two, you know, falling asleep on the sofa, just relaxing, unwinding. And then boom, right? All of a sudden, it's January. New Year's Eve resolutions are flying around on LinkedIn. Gym memberships are spiking, and we all convincing ourselves with one thing. Well, this year is going to be different. I will hit those goals this year. Well, but we all know having a plan is not the same as actually getting in shape, you know, learning a new language, cutting this unhealthy food you always wanted to cut. It takes more than just goodwill. And actually, it's the same in our businesses, right? We return in January to very ambitious, very often stretched plans, the strategies that we actually made some months ago. But without right support, following through that very ambitious plan is constant battle. You know, I know it from myself, and probably a lot of us know as well. I failed at so many New Year's Eve resolutions that, you know, it's even not funny to admit that anymore. So, what do we do if we're for example serious about getting in shape, right? I would recommend getting a personal trainer. So it's the same, more or less, for your hotel. When you have a complex commercial or revenue strategy, a good revenue management system can help you deliver those numbers much better than if you do it all by yourself. But just as like there are many types of personal trainers, the RMS systems vary, right? So some give you more equipment that you already have, and you know you need to figure it out by yourself. Some give you routine and insist you follow it every day without needing a change. Some will wait actually until you tell them what you want, and they will show you how to do it. And actually, don't even get me started on those that expect you to have a medical agree just to have a conversation with you about going to the gym, right? So helpful, maybe, to some degree. Adaptive, not really. But definitely not designed for high performance. And, you know, in business, unlike in real life, to participate, we're here to compete, and we're expected to win every day. So, introducing BeyondX, your AI commercial trainer. Now, put your imagination to work. and imagine a trainer that understands your goals, sees through your entire journey, knows your potential at any given moment. That trainer that will adjust today's plan simply because you show up to the gym differently, corrects you when you're off track, and the plan is off track, right? Pushes you daily. The trainer that really develops your weaknesses into the strengths and really makes your strengths turning into your second nature. So that's exactly what we do at BeyondX. BeyondX goes beyond what traditional revenue management is all about. We offer a holistic coaching for your business. We read your entire performance, not just your pickup or the market rate dynamics. We give you AI-driven real-time adoption. If you're injured, mispriced, or mispositioned, we will help you recover and correct instantly. Through adaptive guidance, if you need strength in rate, more flexibility, different approach to your corporates, wholesalers, tour operations, less OTA dependency, more focus on ancillary revenue, you call it. We guide you towards what matters today and not what matters last quarter. We are competition ready because in business, you're always preparing for the big match. And BeyondX ensures you compete against the right rivals, not out of your league, but also not beyond your potential either. So it positions you where you can win the most without wasting your energy. It's your true partner that enables you and your team the best versions of yourself every single day. So my only question is, who do you want to be next year? Not what, but who. Are you here to participate and make excuses, or are you ready to follow through on those ambitious goals and truly transform your business? And if you're up for a transformation, please get in touch with me or any of my colleagues, and we can together make it happen for you. Because remember, every journey, no matter how big, starts with the first step. And that first step is always in your head. So what's it?
Oh man, this is a kind of Vinit, we should candidate this guy for Hollywood now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now I'm ready to go to the gym. Get going.
Hi, RMS.
Very nice, very nice. I sometimes tell story about RMS comparing to the barber shop. When you have long queue Saturday and no one sitting Tuesday and selling at the same price. Well, I don't have issue anymore to go to barbershop, but Anyway, Vinit, what do you think about Thomas? And do you have any question for BeyondX?
Yeah, no, I mean, great story, and I love the idea generally of that commercial support, commercial training, because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I know that hotels are weaknesses in terms of how they bring the sales, marketing, revenue, distribution strategies together. But what are some of the sort of challenges when you go to a hotel with this approach and sort of say, look, here's what we can do for you. But if they say, look, we're good, your strategy, we're good, so we just need a system. So do you do that too, or do you always sort of bundle it as an offering together?
I mean, it's a great question. Actually, we can come back to the analogy of going to the gym, right? Not everybody will know that they need to go and exercise. Sometimes, you ask a question, hey, what would you like to do next year? And they will say, I'm fine. Everything is fine, right? And kind of like, well, maybe it's not. And this is more or less the approach we're trying to get. It's never perfect, right? And we're also not perfect for everybody, let's put it this way. But what we're always trying to do through our kind of coaching, through our challenging approach, and we all commercial leaders or ex-commercial kind of team members, revenue managers, we're actually trying to get our customers to see their pains and to see what is that in their business they could potentially do better. It's always most difficult to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to change. It's always the easiest if somebody will come to you and say, hey, you need to quit smoking, right? It's really obvious, but looking at this yourself, it's a little bit too complicated. And then we try to make sure that when the hotels and our partners see what actually the pains are seeing, we can provide the right solution, right? Because the platform needs to work with you towards your goals. If your goals are really misaligned with the goals of your partners or of your technology partners, or it just in the long term, it's going to be yet another equipment that's going to be used once or twice, and then people will forget it. So this is very important, that the work is also done from the client side, that they really understand where the pains are. And I would do it across kind of the organization. So starting from our line most important team members that go out every day, you know, from sales managers, executives, marketing executives, reservation guys, you know, listen to them, ask them what's wrong in the business, right? Not what we can do about it, but let's hear about what actually is their pain, and then go out, and then we can have a conversation about how we can coach you into fixing that pain through our platform.
Consultative RMS. Right. And so, do you have time for another question, or do we break here?
1 minute and a half still.
Okay. So talking specifically about the platform itself, Thomas, is there one or two features which have gone down really well with hotels and say, oh, I love that part of the platform?
Well, one feature that is really stands us out from others is, you know, everybody's talking about putting your prices into perspective of how the customer actually perceive you. Well, this is something that we actually do. We position you not just how you are priced versus your perceived or your actual competitors, but we put a layer of customer experiences, customer reviews in there.
Okay.
So essentially, the AI algorithms will see, you know, how strong are you yourself at any given time, and how your customers perceive you, in order to make you compete against kind of where you get the biggest wins, but not kind of, you know, compete against if you're a budget hotels and you compete against Four Seasons and kind of hoping for the best because they're in your comp set, you know. And when you go to hotels, you always have this conversation: why we're not pricing higher than that hotel? Oh, we don't have a pool. And it's all kind of intuition based, versus we actually do it very scientifically and put it into algorithm to work.
Cross finger. Well, I'm not gonna cross an hotel using your RMS, because if they want to see my perception of the price, for me it's always expensive. So all right. Hey man, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's a pleasure.
Thank you,
Thomas.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, Pascal. Bonjour.
Hello there. Bonjour, monsieur. How are you, Enzo?
Hey,
hello,
Pascal.
Hey, today is a mix really of not only technology but culture. We have French, we have English, we have Italian. I don't know. We have all the nationality in this live streaming. Vinit, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm Indian origin. I mean, I'm British officially. So, you know, for whatever that's worth.
Imagine. Nobody's perfect, right?
No, indeed.
All right, Pascal.
Yes, sir.
Slide.
Can you see my slides correctly?
Hey, Pascal got something fun today. There will be some music. You give me the go, and I will
slide 11. You can bring it up, but you will see. Okay, great. Okay.
Go ahead.
So who we are, here we go. So Logic, we are a global company that has been founded by hoteliers and hospitality professionals who understand basically that a full hotel doesn't always equate to a profitable one. Our AI-powered data platform has helped hundreds of hoteliers, and this in over 10 or 20 countries around the world, to price smarter and make faster decisions. We are backed by Highgate Tech Ventures, headquartered in the Silicon Valley, and have offices in New York, Paris, and Bangalore. What do we do? Basically, we see ourselves today as the new kids on the block, because not everybody knows us. And obviously, in 5 minutes, I will not have enough time to show you everything we do, but I will try to give you a sneak peek. What you see on the screen, basically, we do have 3 modules within our system that you can use independently or combined together. First one being the revenue management piece that helps you save time across the revenue workflow. A few screenshots, okay, giving you clear information on graphs on the books, the pickup, the booking curve, the pricing. You can drag and drop tiles into the middle to then compare them, done and easy to understand. You can go into an easy pricing calendar to see with clear colors where to increase, to decrease, or to keep the rate. You can work on room level as well, of course. And of course, we can set that into manual, co-pilot, or fully automated ways. Second piece would be the business and market intelligence one. goal is to deep dive into your data and analyze everything to optimize your performance. How is that set? Same approach. We have your comp set, we have a rate shopper, you have market demand data, market sell rates that you can drag and drop together to analyze deeply, go onto a graph or into a table view. All this you can do. You can deep dive even deeper thanks to advanced intelligence piece with the PACE analytics pickup or portfolio analytics to really go deeper into with what we call the data lens and check where you're performing or underperforming, outperforming, etc. And then identify where you have to step in. Our system helps you with that, of course, as well. The third piece, which is very nice, which is the AI piece, as we call it, we have developed our internal tool called the Sales Wizard or the Wizard with several functionalities. The first one is the Daily Glimpse. It gives you quickly an overview of what happened yesterday and tells you where you have outperformed or underperformed. And then we go into a 2-week outlook, telling you how the 2 following weeks are looking and what is recommended in doing. You do it or not, that's in your hands, but at least we give you some advice and recommendations. You have then the opportunity radar where you can jump in and during a period analyze what is at risk, where there's opportunities, etc. Here in this example, I have clicked on the risks. It gives me an idea of, for example, the 7th of December, where my baseline is a forecasted revenue of almost 25K. If I optimize my rate and drop it by $21, then I can optimize my sales and have an increased net impact of 3.5K in dollars. What's on top of that is we also have Ask the Wizard questions, where basically you can ask any question to the system, and the system will analyze and then give you recommendations as well that you can then apply or, of course, not and analyze. We also have a mobile application, native mobile application, so you can have all your figures in your pocket, and if you have to double check or change something, you can do that easily within the system. Now, Enzo, to make this a little bit more fun, I have created a song for the hoteliers on this call. It may resonate, so I'll let you listen to it. Please,
familiar scene in hotels everywhere. It's 8:30 a.m. A revenue manager starts the day exporting yesterday's numbers. PMS reports here, OTA data there, Excel sheets everywhere. Before pricing decisions are made, half the morning is already gone. Meanwhile, the market has already shifted. The silent revenue killer, manual work slows everything down. Hotels react hours or days after demand changes. Weekends and evenings are blind spots with no monitoring. Opportunities disappear while data is still being prepared.
In magic, the moment everything changes.
Imagine a world where no one exports data anymore. Where all PMS, market and competitor insights are unified instantly. Where your revenue team starts the day with decisions, not spreadsheets. Imagine this weekend. A concert is announced at 10 p.m. on Friday. Demand spikes instantly. Most hotels won't react until Monday, but your rates update instantly. Because logic, you never sleeps. The future belongs to hotels that decide fast.
It was a theater approach.
God. Oh my God.
If you want to know more about Logic, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to give you more details. I gave you a quick sneak peek of what is in there, but to go deeper.
I have the first question, really.
Yeah, go for it.
Tell me the truth. It was you singing the song? You write the text?
No. I did write the text. I put it in an AI. So everything is AI. All the pictures, etc. I did everything with AI to just reflect what I hear today, because obviously I'm not necessarily a revenue manager and people know me. So I come from the distribution, fell into the RMS since a couple of months now, so 9 months. And so, yeah, that's what I hear from the people I speak with. They still work, and my colleagues before also said that they still work on Excel, on exporting the PMS data, etc., and then analyzing and, taking loads of time before acting. All the tools.
We should do a class section. We should do a class section versus Microsoft.
Let's go.
All right, Vinit, I'll leave it to you now.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, I mean, it's interesting you said how you fell from distribution into revenue management. I mean, in a way, that's what I feel like right now, because I love my world is primarily distribution, but obviously we overlap with everything else. So, on that topic about sort of working, how on the integration front, are you quite well integrated with the PMSs and major PMSs and CRSs and so on?
I mean, we have the major ones, but as my colleague said as well, it's sometimes a hurdle, right? So we have the major ones, so Opera, Infor, Muse, etc. We're connected to those guys. Yes, those where we are not, because we're entering into a new space. That's why I said with the new kids on the block, we're entering into Europe. So it takes us maybe 1.5 months or 2 months to integrate with PMSs. But first, we need to understand what the hotel wants, right? So you can't just say we integrate and then what we integrate with or what we retrieve in terms of information or what we send back, maybe that's not what they expect. So first is to understand really what they want. And from there, integrate, speak with, of course, the partners. But this being said, I mean, we've integrated with Medialog in France in 1.5 months. It's working very well. We're finalizing Clock right now. So we're very flexible on that side. But again, we need to understand what they want.
Yeah, sure. No, completely understand. Just one more from my side on the sales wizard sort of side of things, and obviously
it's very new.
So maybe this question is a bit too early. My question would be: is it a path to agentic AI eventually? So whatever the sales wizard.
There's LLM behind, and obviously it's still beta, so I can't give you more detail. I gave you a sneak peek of what is in there and what it does and what it's going to do. So there's some other stuff that is coming into that as well. We're still testing it and beta testing it. So I gave you a sneak peek, but it's really impressive.
Early days.
As I said, it's early days, but it gives you nice recommendations. And I'm not saying we're replacing, but we're just offering the revenue managers and the people who do the pricing and everything in the hotels to quickly analyze and see what's going on without needing to search for hours and then take the approach they want to take. I mean, there's no obligation, obviously. Yeah.
By the way, I saw lots of applause for your performance, Pascal. Coming through.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Actually, remind me if Logic is an independent company or is part of a big organization acquired from a big company?
No, we belong to Highgate Tech Ventures.
Okay.
So Highgate hotels use our system within their independent hotels. But yeah, we are independent basically. Yeah. Okay. But as said, today we work with Highgate here and there, and then individuals all over Portugal. We're coming into Europe, mainly US and Southern America today, but Europe is the must go now.
All right. So thanks, Pascal. Say hello to our friends Vincent Ramelli. I had the chance to meet this guy. He's an amazing guy. And good luck for your next sales, Pascal. Thank you.
I'll meet you soon. Thank you, Vinit. Bye-bye.
All right. Next one is Noemi.
Hello.
Buonasera.
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 This is an Italian right now, Vinit.
Yeah, no, I'm part of it. Like, so, come stai?
Bene, grazie.
Okay, we learn languages in this live.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
All right. So, Noemi, you know the rule of the game. This is your slides. Time's up.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Noemi Pizzonia. I'm a senior international account executive at SmartMiss. Today, my goal is simple: to demystify AI, to make it feel a little less like a buzzword and a little more like a real ally, and help you understand how it can help you grow your business and also your margins. Imagine if Lucia had an AI revenue manager working alongside her, one that never sleeps, never forgets, and never needs coffee. AI starts by collecting data that affects demand, market occupancy, competitor prices, events, and booking trends. all things that are almost impossible to monitor manually. But it's not generic data. The AI understands who are your true competitors, and of course is deeply connected to your PMS, where it keeps track of your performance. Now it's time to use the data. For this, it leverages advanced algorithms to recommend the optimal price for every room every night. And AI is capable of adjusting rates even every hour if necessary. And the cool thing, it never stops learning. Over time, it learns properties' unique rhythm, seasonality, booking pace, and guest behavior. It's a better future. Instead of spending hours in Excel, you can see all your price recommendations in a simple visual dashboard. Prices are automatically synced to your PMS, no more manual updates, no more last-minute mistakes. The result? More revenue, because your prices are adjusted in real time to demand. Less stress, because AI covers you while you sleep. And also it requires just 30-60 minutes a week of monitoring, and also greater efficiency, because automation takes care of the routine while you focus on guest and strategy. But now let's have a look at the calendar. Okay, so this is the calendar view. Here you can monitor the prices that smart pricing sends to your PMS and channel manager. You can also see here the holidays and events the algorithm identifies for your area. Smart pricing calculates prices based on two components. The starting price, which is the static component. Basically, the starting price is the average price at which you would like to sell your rooms in each period. Smart pricing calculates it automatically using your historical data and also the market. And you can adjust it to reflect the value of your property. Then we have the dynamic factors. This controls how fast the price reacts to the market and to incoming bookings. So you can make the algorithm more aggressive or more conservative, even week by week. And you can have even more control because you can set a minimum and a maximum price for specific dates, room types, either individually or in bulk. Now, let's have a look at this hotel. As you can see from here, there are specific factors that are influencing the price. On this specific date, we can see that there are the day of the week, events, drop, market influence. All these factors have the strongest positive impact. So they are pushing the price from 129 euros to 208. So this clearly shows how machine learning reacts to real demand. Then smart pricing gives you the possibility to see how your prices compared to the market, and also how your performance compares with previous periods. So for this reason, we have created a competitive set. We have this solution called Market Intelligence, which is a tool that is going to compare the property to a market automatically built by smart pricing. This is based on specific factors: the geographic proximity, property type, Booking.com reviews, services offered, pricing tiers, and also seasonal demand patterns. You can visualize individual competitors, and you can select some of them, and you can find in this graph, in this market trend graph, the prices that they are setting for their properties. So remember how we started. Frustrated with pricing, overwhelmed, embracing AI changed everything for us. So if we did it, you can do the same.
It was finished?
Finish.
Okay. Sorry. Sometimes I go straight, It's okay. All right. Yeah, sure. Of course, we have questions. So, Vinit.
So I'm the question person. So Naomi, what is your ideal hotel for your product? Because obviously, it covers a fairly broad range of, revenue management sort of solutions. So what is your ideal hotel?
Yeah, so our target is like small and medium properties. So we consider independent hotels, B&Bs, but we also consider vacation rentals and booking hotels.
Okay. And which countries are you sort of really finding some real, bite, or, where are you really sort of saying, hey, we love your product? Where are you seeing that?
So we are an Italian company. So we built our like a kind of like a list of a really good long list of clients in Italy, but now our solution is used like even in other countries all over the world. Okay, so we have internally a DAC team and a UKI team. Okay. So our solution is working where in those countries, but we are expanding even like abroad. So we are testing, we are implementing new integrations because, of course, as I was mentioning before, our solution needs to be connected with PMS, channel manager. Yeah. So we are connected with the major ones, and we are continuing integrating with other solutions even abroad because our main goal is to expand.
Make more revenue. and increase revenue. I have a question.
Yeah.
It was interesting, the market data you have. How do you collect those data? From which channels are you taking those data via API or scraping the data?
Yeah, so we consider even booking like the market data, but when we talk about like the starting price that I was mentioning before, basically for each specific room type, the system is going to clean the prices from dynamic components, errors, and markups, and uses booking.com listing data. Okay. Then applies fallback logic when data is missing, and is going to create a baseline valid for more than 500 days.
Okay, so booking.com is your primary, let's say, source of truth, I will say, in terms of market data.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Okay, that's all from me. Vinit, do you have anything?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noemi. Thanks for taking part of this stage, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye, Noemi.
All right, next one. Next one is Tess from Revenue Analytics. She's from US. Hi, Tess. Let's hear the US accent now.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I recognize that I am probably the limited audience still here in the AM time zone.
Hey, Tess.
All right, I know you have another stop, so I'll pull up your slide.
Awesome. I also will not start any presentation now without a drum roll, so I appreciate that. It's great to be here today. Thanks for including us in this so that we can share a little bit about N2 pricing. So for those of you that don't know us, Revenue Analytics is now a software as a service company with a system called N2 Pricing. We used to have a long history of building big proprietary systems for the world's largest chains. And we packaged all of that analytical sophistication into an off-the-shelf system to bring those sophisticated analytics to more than just the big brands. And when we did that, we wanted to keep the analytical sophistication behind the scenes, but really build a system for the way that modern revenue management is done. Whether you manage multiple properties or even just a single property but are taking on more commercial responsibilities, people don't have the time anymore to go hotel by hotel, day by day, rate by rate in recommendations, because ultimately what ends up is you just override everything. And if you override everything, you're not taking advantage of the automation that is in most of the products that you've seen today. And so our goal with N2 Pricing was really to create an exceptions management workflow. We want to automate the easy decisions and let the human handle the rest. And even whenever we're asking for the revenue manager to jump in and start looking at recommendations and evaluating them, we want them to be very transparent. I have never talked to a hotel professional who has said, I trust it because the black box said so. And so we want to be able to provide that transparency into why the system is doing what it's doing. And as the system provides that transparency and users trust it, we see a much higher degree of automation, which we ultimately put in the hands of our customers to say, how comfortable are you? Auto deploy what makes sense and leave the rest to this exceptions management workflow. We know that data is still very important, so we've still got some data features as well to be able to dig in a bit more detail than just sort of the at-a-glance feature that you'll see here in the demo in a moment. And then we are running multiple times throughout the day. We know that this is a fast-paced business and that as bookings come in, you need a system that's going to react as well. And so I'll give you a quick little preview of what it looks like within N2 pricing. Sure. I'm going to show you the workspace real quick. This is the screen that people spend about 90% of their time on. And so just a quick overview of the why behind that is we don't have a forecast workbench and a pricing workbench and an inventory workbench. You do it all on this screen, working across multiple properties with the exceptions being brought up to the top. And so I like to call this sort of the drink your coffee in the morning workflow. While you're drinking your first cup of coffee, come through, tackle your biggest exceptions, and move on with your day. But always know that you've got the trust and transparency behind the why. Why would I take a 21% price increase in this example? Because my forecast has gone up, my competitors are charging more than they are usually, and we've measured a low price sensitivity in the market. We're not going to scare away a lot of the demand if we were to take this price exception. But in this case, it is an exception. The user has told us that they only want the system to deploy recommendations that are within plus or minus 15%, and the rest is what's being left to the revenue professional to manage. There's a lot more to show on this screen that we don't have the time for today, but know that there are yield optimizations behind the scenes as well that will give you your minimum and maximum length of stay controls. Overbooking if you love it. I know some love-hate relationship with overbooking, so flexibility there as well in terms of how you think about your business. And then as always, the opportunity to collaborate as well with other commercial team members to leave notes and leave a trail so that whenever you do take an action, your whole team is on the same page. I think I hit 5 minutes.
Amazing. You see, we need the difference between a sales and another sales who is really disciplined.
Very precise.
Someone is a storytelling, someone else is creative. This is also very nice things to learn from people, right?
Lots of variety for sure.
And do you think, Vinny, this is a question for you. You've been hotelier, of course. Product is the most relevant aspect, but sometimes you buy only because it's the product, also because it's the person you have in front of you.
Yeah, no, it's a combination of. Absolutely, it is, because you need to have trust not only in the product, but a trust in the person you're talking to, and it's a massive thing. And then the efficiency and the response and the processes around it. So those are all factors that play in, really. Yeah.
Amazing. All right. So, any question for Tess from your side, Vinny?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing about the work with the large hotel chains, and I'm really interested in how that has then impacted the off the shelf sort of product. And one aspect around it was the cost of sale element, and because if you work with large hotel chains, obviously you'd always know that that's always an important factor. Mm-hmm. Does your algorithm take those into consideration in making those recommendations as well?
It does. So one of the screens that we didn't have a chance to look at is what we call our rate plan setting screen. It's where we're able to capture the cost of sale by individual rate plans so that as we're optimizing, we're doing so thinking about profitability and not just revenue.
No, that is pretty massive, I think, definitely, at least from my point of view. Just one more on the transparent sort of recommendations. Are you able to interrogate it further as to, this is the reason why we're telling you this, but, what else is there, or what if?
There's a few little info icons that, we like to try to think about it as at a glance about the big three, but we know that revenue professionals like a little bit more. So in some of those info icons, you can sort of click one detail deeper to see what is the forecast by segment? What's my mix of business? Even like which individual competitors are charging more than usual. And users can do some what if scenario planning about, well, what if the forecasts were different? What if I know something the system doesn't? So a lot more capability there for sure.
Okay, thank you, Tess. Nothing else from my side, Enzo?
Yeah, I got one. So I don't know if I missed a slide. You didn't mention that. I mean, you're a US-based company. Not many probably people knows that the founder of Revenue Analytics was one of the pioneer in revenue management space for rooms. Actually, he wrote one of the most bestseller revenue management books in the history.
Good.
And recently, I mean, you are trying to, of course, move from US, also entering the Europe market. You recently acquired Climber RMS, the Portuguese, provider. So what is the feeling of, looking at the US market versus EMEA market, Europe market, in terms of hoteliers mentality versus technology? What is your feeling?
It's been a really interesting sort of expansion as we've started to look more and more into the European market. And our friends at Climber have been a great addition to the company and provided a lot of wonderful perspective as well. In the US, we're very heavily branded. And so a lot of the hotels that we do have on Into Pricing are branded hotels, partnering with IHG Hotels and Resorts globally. And so we have some of their European hotels, but it's been very interesting as we get further into, small collections, 10 hotels, 20 hotels, 50 hotels. And I know people were talking about earlier, but the connectivity and integration is just a totally different landscape.
Fun world.
And so that's one that we're navigating by trying to take as much work on ourselves and not put that on our customers or our other technology partners. But that's probably been the biggest difference as we've been kind of transitioning into another space.
So one last one, very quick from the sales perspective. If you should give a recommendation, this is outside the RMS logic. Okay, question. If you should provide a suggestion for a company who want to grow in US, what would be your first suggestion, first tips?
Oh my goodness. My biggest thing as I've kind of worked further here in the US is really the level of subject matter expertise required to have somebody engage in a productive conversation is really high. And so as people are kind of coming into the US market, everybody in the room needs to be loud and vocal and an expert, and there's no just sitting on the side taking notes. That's probably been my biggest pick or piece of advice.
All right, thanks, Tess. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your tips. All right, let's open the camera to the next one, which is going to be the last before the last. Mike Cantor, good afternoon.
But not the least. Hello, Enzo. How are you?
Hello, Mike.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
We still have a lot of people live watching the streaming. Anyway, whoever is connecting now, the live streaming is going to be there on LinkedIn ever. So everyone can access on demand and watch the live streaming, stop and play, depending on the day busy they are. So keep in mind. So anyway, the recording is going to be available. All right. So Mike, let me see. I have your slide there. Yes. Okay. Time's up.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I am Mike from Room Price Genie. We're the easy-to-use, powerful RMS built specifically for independent hotels and growing groups. From hundreds of conversations with independents and mid-sized groups, we hear the same thing. Lean teams want revenue management that just works. Many people, about 19% on average, simply because they're using tools that aren't built for their needs. What teams really want is pricing that gives instant confidence without a steep learning curve or a black box system, fast setup, a workflow they can manage in minutes per week, and human backup when things get tricky. There are lots of great solutions out there, but they're not all designed for this segment. Manual methods like spreadsheets or PMS rules are easy to start with, but they don't scale. You stay reactive, miss demand spikes, and spend hours firefighting events, lead time shifts, and comp set changes. Enterprise solutions are great systems for large chains with full revenue teams, but for leaner teams, they're complex, heavy to use day to day, and many properties end up only using a fraction of what's available. PMS add-ons are convenient and often bundled, but they're not built as a dedicated RMS. Automation depth is limited, innovation is slower, and they're rarely revenue first. You hit a ceiling quickly as your strategy matures. Regional PMS can be friendly and solid on the basics, but often rely on selective roadmaps or key person dependencies, so the advanced automation evolves slowly. Most properties want something very simple, a powerful RMS you won't outgrow, with automation you trust, guardrails that keep you in control, a clear why behind every price, and expert help on tap. And that's exactly why Room Price Genie was built. Our story began at a small family B&B where Ari, our founder, built a system his father could trust instantly. It generated $50,000 of extra revenue in the first year from just 15 rooms. Today, 4,000 properties later, that same philosophy guides us. Transparent, easy to use, powerful, and built to grow with you. Let me show you what makes our solution work so well. First, simplicity and efficiency. You connect quickly to your PMS. We are integrated with more than 80 systems already. And you start seeing value right away because you get a 14-day free trial, expert guided onboarding, a clean pricing calendar with one-click recommendations, a rigorous pricing engine enhanced by AI, and revenue strategy reviews up to 12 times a year. Most customers manage pricing in minutes per week. Second, transparency and control. Automation must earn trust. You can always click, why did price move, to see the demand signals, pickup, market factors, and comp set data behind any recommendation. You can toggle automation on or off by date or by segment, or edit any price manually. And smart alerts notify you when booking surges trigger price changes. This is why 97% of our customers trust us enough to run on full autopilot. Third, you won't outgrow it. Start simple and unlock more advanced autopilot with min-max guardrails, lead time and day of week patterns, automated minimum stay controls, group quote calculator and displacement logic, bulk edits for events, and of course, reporting and forecasting. One tool, one workflow, whether you're 20 rooms or a growing group, we're always developing new and more valuable features. Room Price Genie is the easiest way to ensure your rooms are priced right every night. Customers see, on average, an uplift of 19% in revenue. They save 10 hours a week. Our score on Hotel Tech Report is unmatched, backed by hundreds of reviews, and we boast a 98% recommendation rate. We are consistently named a top RMS for independents because our customers genuinely love working with us. And we hear the same messaging again and again from our customers. Room Price Genie saves us time, makes pricing feel effortless, and gives teams real peace of mind knowing they're never missing an opportunity. That's from single properties, boutique hotels, and multi-property groups alike. So to close, Room Price Genie is the RMS you won't outgrow and the one your team will actually use. You get automation that earns your trust, guardrails and tools that strengthen your strategy, and real humans who know your property. If that sounds like the perfect solution for your property or group, we'd love to speak with you. Thank you so much.
Hey, can I say something, Vinit?
Yeah, go for
it. Looking at Mike and listening his voice, it was almost like I was looking at an AI video. Is it true? Really, Mike? You have a sound so good to hear.
You guessed it.
Like, okay, you know, when you have this AI automated video created, and it was like not real, but you were real.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good to hear.
Great job. Great stuff, Mike. Great stuff.
Good.
Go ahead, Vinit. It's on you now.
Yeah, so Mike, just a sort of broader question around independence, because obviously they can be quite really nice to work with and really frustrating on the other side. So I was just wondering, what have you found really nice about working with independent hotels versus not so nice side about working with them?
I would say, look, I think because our product is so intuitive and easy to use, I think we have real world cases here in the US where I focus of a hotel owner who's 21 years old and a hotel owner who's 80 years old.
Yeah.
And everyone in between, right? And so I think in the independent space, you get all kinds of folks who are managing the desk, dealing with somebody checking out, dealing with a lost dog, or there's so many things going on. So I think is great working with so many folks that can understand our system so quickly. But as you said, on the downside, they are so busy, so it's hard to make sure that they are taking everything in, learning about this, spending enough time with you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And in terms of integrations, so obviously, do you have a favorite PMS that really works well with you, or a couple of PMSs that really work well, versus when you look at Europe?
Europe, it's harder for me to say because I am focused in
yeah, no, just I think versus if you were looking at Europe. So yeah, forget about Europe.
Sure. So we have lots of close PMS partners. I think for us, it's where we connect very quickly, right? And what I love about some of our partners, like Cloudbeds, for instance, SkyTouch, Stay in Touch, WebRes Pro. What we love about this is we can connect within minutes with some of these partners and have your data flowing from the PMS into our revenue management system platform and get you up and running very quickly.
Okay. No, thank you. And just last one, I guess, is, do you have is Europe part of your plans, or is that is it? I mean, I know you cover the US, but is there a big presence in Europe?
Absolutely. The majority of our hotels are in Europe. We started in Switzerland, headquartered in Switzerland and Germany, but we have a large group of customers in APAC. The lion's share in Europe, and we're in the US market now about 2 years.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, you don't see the people audience behind the scene, but there are many people that share. It's a real one. It's not. All right. Thanks, Mike. Thanks and good luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Take care.
All right.
Hey, it's the turn of my friend Jorge.
Yeah, Giorgio for you, for Italian.
Giorgio Armani.
Nice.
How are you today? You are the last, George, but you have
Yes.
something really cool and interesting to showcase. You know the rule of the game. Let's start.
Yes. Great to be here as a kind of newcomer, a freshman. I'm Jörg Schulhofer, founder, owner of Sunbull, having also a patent for smart beach umbrellas and a method and system. I'm based in Austria, Europe, also Fort Lauderdale, America. So what I'm introducing today is not another RMS and not a competitor to existing RMS, which focus on optimizing what happens inside the hotel. What I will be sharing is for everything outside the hotel walls, like pool and beach areas, and we try to make in reality untapped revenue zone. We don't compete, we complete, upgrade, and expand what revenue management can be. Outdoor spaces like beach umbrellas launched in those pool and beach areas, they become real inventory, fully measurable, bookable, dynamically priced. So we turn outdoor areas into revenue managed, data-driven inventory with our fully outside revenue management system powered by patented smart parasol technology. Let me show how the smart beach and pool ecosystem actually works. So what you see is the first complete outdoor operation system in the world, not only for hotels and resorts, but also, and very important, for cruise lines, which like on deck, also workable for their private island operations and private beach operators. We call it the OPMS and ORMS, the Outdoor Revenue Management System. On the left, the Outdoor Property Management System for the smart operations. This side represents everything hotels, resorts, cruise lines need to operate outside, but never had a system for until our smart beach umbrellas came. Automated open close cycles, real-time availability and occupancy, tracking, guest type, weather-based openings, closures, and also the maintenance for device. This replaces manual processes, radio spreadsheets, and it finally gives outdoor teams an operational backbone. It does not replace them, it supports them and eliminates time to do simple manual tasks, allowing them to use the time to focus on the guest-related service called the great guest experience. On the right side, there is our outdoor RMS module, and we have created a new name like RevPass. One moment. RevPass. Yeah. So what does the RevPass do? We measure the revenue per available smart beach set, which is a smart beach umbrella, 2 loungers, and a smart lock. Just like the industry measures RevPAR for rooms, we do it for the available smart beach set. We treat every set as an actual unit of inventory, and we try to optimize the whole area outside. So the demand, pricing, occupancy, premium upgrades, and weather-based adjustments. This is where the outdoor revenue management system becomes a real engine, not just a reporting module. So what can we do? We do data and forecasting features. We start by giving outdoor areas the same forecasting power for hotels like they have for rooms. We do a demand forecasting, a pickup booking pace monitoring, demand segmentation. Then we do, using our booking engine, dynamic pricing and inventory control. This is where we turn a static beach actually in the living revenue optimized environment. We do automated dynamic pricing in an interactive map. Then we show the best available rates and also the inventory yield control. So we try to optimize and automate those areas, and using also BI and ML, and yeah, for weather influence and so on. So everything is built to plug directly into hotel system. We have real-time inventory integration APIs with PMS and POS. Here is one example. So this is on the left side, you can see for one smart beach set, it shows a real-time RevPass current price, the AI recommended price based on demand factors. This lets operators understand exactly why the price should change and how the AI reacts to live conditions. And on the right, you see the GM executive overview, the full beach and pool operations. This aggregates all smart sets into a total revenue per available smart set called TOW RevPass, where occupancy, revenue forecasts, and AI-generated uplifts are integrated. Managers get instant visibility into performance trends and opportunities, and together these two views shows how we deliver full operational transparency. AI explains soon why the system shows what, and managers can take action. So our system is transforming unmanaged outdoor spaces finally into a data-driven, revenue-optimized ecosystem, and simple bookings don't manage a beach or pool like simple booking systems. Data does, and only smart umbrellas provide the real-time data needed to run those areas. What does it mean for hotels, resorts, cruise lines? Partnering with us would allow in-room revenue management system providers to add a new revenue model, access outdoor demand data, enrich forecasting models, offer a new product to hotels, resorts, cruise lines, and increase our ARR through additional module. Thank you.
Thanks, Jorge. I have the first question, and actually this question goes to both of you, Jorge and also you, Vinit. And maybe you, Vinit, you can answer first. I think this is very interesting. Okay, I had several conversations with Jorge. I want to strongly having on the stage today because even if he's not, a traditional, we'll say RMS solution, it's something that in somehow is offering opportunity to ancillary revenue or whatever, and touching different spaces. And this is on you, Vinit. We heard that nowadays still there is strong resistance, in the hoteliers' mentality, in trusting technology, algorithm, automated price, and so on. So I'm imagining now the beach club owners, which is not an hotelier, somehow I'm expecting this is not advanced culturally in this industry, like an hotelier, a more traditional commercial business model, no? The beach club, this is the price of the umbrella, whatever is Monday or Saturday or midday or evening or first line or backstage side of the beach. So do you think this can be an opportunity or still strong, hard to, penetrate in the business in terms of mentality, in the entrepreneurial mentality in it?
I mean, firstly, I mean, Jorg, I mean, it's really, really interesting, huge, I think, innovation in concept and ideation. So really applaud you for that. To Enzo's question, at the end, it is about getting buy-in from a few major groups. I mean, so it was one of the questions I had was, what is a minimum requirement to be able to show value, or like, is that 100 sunbeds, is it 1,000,
No.
is it
No.
So it can be anything, right?
So we start. I'm aware of this fact, and staying in American Fort Lauderdale for 15 years. It's exactly what Enzo asked. But the thing is, what do hotels already buy to increase revenue? How much money do they spend inside hotels? It's insane. They regularly invest in tours, equipment that don't generate revenue directly, but help them sell more, upsell more. So they buy beach umbrellas for, I would say, like, let's say in America, $500. So they buy umbrellas, but they don't make money with them. So they create just costs, the purchase costs, the maintenance, the replacement, and umbrella producers, they're happy because they earn money with. So our smart device or our smart umbrellas changes that. Installing our smart umbrella means it's a revenue generating umbrella, and it transforms a cost center into a profit center. So numbers, I can tell you, the traditional umbrella revenue is, I would say, almost zero per year. Smart umbrellas revenue, it's so that's the selling point, I would say.
Yeah, no, it's a revenue generating umbrella. I mean, there's nothing like it, right? So absolutely, I'm a complete convert for the idea, that's for sure. I think it's just a question of timing and traction, and the possibility to do it. But where have you seen some traction so far? Like, is it with hotels? Is it
the RMS came up? I think it's the missing piece also in existing. We are basically RMS inside big RMS, right? So RMS are inside hotel, we are outside the door, right? And what I've seen also today, there is no RMS provider in the world which can provide it, because you need the brain, right? And the brain is our smart beach umbrellas to get the datas and here and more. So it's, and 1 minute, I read a few days ago your LinkedIn post about
the ancillary revenues one.
And I think this post validates our entire business model, right?
Yeah.
Hotels have to expand digital ancillary revenue. And we have smart beach booking, we have smart beach rental with smart locks, the same like bike rental, which resorts can install. So nobody like placing towels there in the early morning should be not happening in today's hotel world, right? So we can all solve that. And we also I want to eliminate this kind of booking fees from OTAs. So why do hotels outsource pool management, right?
Got it. Yeah. Well, no, thank you. It's hugely innovative. So really, really interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're selling basically shadow in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, I mean, shade is one of the most
Everyone will
important
pay
things, right?
to get some shadow,
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, think about the percentage of available umbrella sets in hotels compared to available rooms, right?
Yes,
so everyone is fighting for it. We solved this problem.
All right, Arik, we are at the end. I think.
Thank you so much for.
I can see Vinit is a little bit down now.
Well, I needed another 15 people to talk to. Come on.
So we can do the second round. We can call back all the speakers. Hey, you have 5 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Arik. Thank you, Arik. Good, man. It's almost done. So wrap up. What is your impression today, my friend?
I mean, huge lot of innovation. I mean, it's hard to keep up, right? So, but there's a lot of common themes and common parallels. Obviously, AI. It's not surprising that revenue management systems are into the AI piece far quicker than everything else. And lots of innovation in size and scale, the locations, the target audiences. I mean, I think there's lots on offer. And I think one of the challenges when you're looking at selecting an RMS provider is obviously, you asked a question earlier. It's about how you relate to the product, of course. Product is really important, but it's also how the people, the service, the processes behind it, and is the fit right from a strategy point of view? Is there clarity? Can they be a good business partner in terms of making sure that the strategic sort of view is right or not? So there's a huge lot going on there. So really fascinating.
Anyway, so do you want to add anything, Vinit, on your side?
Nothing at all. I mean, I think, if anybody wants to talk commercial structures, commercial training, I mean, the pathway to progression in terms of the commercial pathways, that's something that I'm really passionate about. And it really ties in with all the things that the revenue management systems and teams have been talking about, which is how does sales, marketing, revenue, distribution all come together, and in the technology space. So that's what it's all about. That's what I work on. Just follow me on LinkedIn or and to keep up to date.
Fantastic. Thanks really much, Vinit. Thanks really to be there all day, taking care of the questions, challenging a little bit the speakers. So really appreciate your contribution. I hope to do more again with you in the future. I have another idea for, but let's have this Christmas time first, and I'll share the idea with you in the coming weeks. Okay.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thanks a lot for having me, Enzo.
Fantastic. Thanks everyone, guys, for the audience. This is going to be recorded, so you can access these contents as you wish, or get in touch with me or Vinit. We can share more the links and any details you need. If you have any questions, we're here. And so if I'm not going to be live again in LinkedIn, I wish everyone happy Christmas and happy New Year's, and talk to you soon, everyone. Bye. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.